Well, welcome. This is a very, very special show edition. I don't even know what to call it, really. I am on the boat in Plymouth. I've had a few fuel issues. Those of you who watch the channel know that a little bit. But one of the plans that I had is that I would be sailing around the UK. I'd be up there on the helm and talking to people like the gentleman that we are about to meet. I can't do that because, well, if I showed you this little picture here, no, oh, that was the wrong person. There we go. Hi, Alistair. We'll come back to you in just 1 minute. I meant to
Yeah,
show people this picture, which
there we
is the
go.
state of my boat right now. Anyway, being as I accidentally introduced you a little early there,
Yeah.
Alistair McFarlane, you are from where?
Well, I'm from Bristol. Well, Portishead, just outside Bristol. Yeah, so that's where I'm born, raised in Bristol, and deliver my work from here and online as well, actually.
So, what, Alistair, is that work? Obviously, this is all to do with Parkinson's, and we are just helping people to live the best life they can while they're living with Parkinson's, and that's a lot about what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. So I'm an exercise specialist. So that means I deliver exercise programs for people with long-term health conditions. I've been doing that for more than 20 years. And main area of my work, in fact, my biggest passion, the bit I enjoy most about my work, is delivering exercise programs for those living with Parkinson's. And I've seen firsthand benefits of exercise both from those who are newly diagnosed and fairly fit and able, as they are, relatively young often as well, to those who are perhaps a bit more advanced Parkinson's further down the line with their journey. So the whole sort of spectrum between from low level, gentle, balance based exercise to the more high effort level PD warrior type, which I'll tell you a bit more about. So yeah, and everything in between.
Yeah, super. So, I've been reading recently a lot about Parkinson's because I knew nothing about it until my mate got diagnosed. Well, that's not true because my grandfather had it, but I never really thought I'd
Yeah,
look into Parkinson's and all of the different symptoms
yeah,
and how things can help. Until I decided I was going to do this UK trip, I thought I'd better know a few things. And in actual fact, if you look there, you see lots of facts appearing on the screen about Parkinson's. But I understand exercise is really good. Why
yeah,
is that?
yeah. So it's, I mean, exercise has been shown, a lot of research now to show that exercise is as good as medications, which for me as an exercise specialist, that's really rare for to hear that. It's not a replacement for medications, but it works alongside medications. So what's happening when you're exercising, as any exercise that you do, whatever stage you are in your life, exercise is beneficial. No negative side effects of it anyway. So it's going to be beneficial for whether you have Parkinson's or not. But the exercise, particularly the type of exercise which I teach, and a lot of research has shown, is this high effort, big movements, amplitude, range of movement, power based exercise seems to be really, really beneficial on slowing down the progression of Parkinson's. So if you were to do nothing and sit around, now everybody's Parkinson's is different, but it may be that your decline in quality of life may happen a lot quicker than those people who are following a regular exercise program. Um, so the body is basically high effort levels, creating new pathways in the brain. So neuroplasticity is the phrase and the term that's used to create new pathways in the brain for that dopamine to get through to where you want it to be, to move your body in the way you want it to.
So Parkinson's is the brain. Oh, I forget what it's called. Some part of the brain is no longer making the
Yeah,
dopamine,
that's
but
right.
you're
Yeah.
saying that the exercise can help that come
So it
back.
helps the delivery. Yeah, so it's not going to increase the amount of dopamine in the brain. It's going to help deliver. So basically, that pathway from the brain to get through from the brain to the signals around the neurons to get to the muscles, get what you want them to do. And we've seen through that exercise, people improving their walking speed or walking gait improvement, the lack of arm swing, which is very classic Parkinson's symptom, improve that arm swing, improve the speed in their fingers and hands as well. And I remember right back, we first started delivering our PD Borrow courses back in January of 2018. And one lady who came to that course was able to cycle to the session, but then would really struggle to get that lock on her bike, come and do the hour exercise with us, and then go back to her bike afterwards, have absolutely no problem getting that lock undone, and off she was. So just just within that hour of exercise, she was seeing positive benefits to her performance, to physical performance. So we were blown away by that. We thought it might be sort of a year down the line of doing this sort of high effort exercise, but in fact, just within that, that initial a short hour of exercise, we're already seeing some benefits. And in fact, now we're working with Bristol University to do a research study on that small short-term impact. But a lot of the research previously has been sort of that longer period of time. The work we're doing at Bristol University is to work on that shorter period of time, see what kind of benefits the exercise has on that immediate impact for performance. It's quite exciting, really. I think the results should be out fairly soon. I'm not quite sure when, but yeah, hopefully they'll be published soon.
Well, I'm not too far from Bristol Uni. I'm down here in Plymouth at the moment, so yeah, that would be good to catch up with those guys and find out what those results are like. What, Alistair, was it that made you? What lent you towards Parkinson's in what you do? Oh, and tell us, PD Warrior. I assume that's Parkinson's disease warrior, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, what led me to Parkinson's is sort of the journey I came through. So I said I've been delivering exercise programs and working with people with long-term health conditions for a long time. That's cancer rehab, cardiac rehab, diabetes, and so on. And Parkinson's and other neuro conditions was just one thing I did alongside all that work. So I ran, and I still do today, an exercise program, very much sort of traditional physiotherapy-led, seated work, balanced kind of exercise for those living with Parkinson's. And through that, I got involved with Parkinson's UK, and I was invited to sit on the Bristol branch of Parkinson's UK as a committee member, as a sort of physical activity link between the branch and what I was delivering within our leisure centres in Bristol. And then, having been doing that for a short while, I then heard about PD Warrior, which was completely different to what I was doing, what had been done before. It's very much the other end of the scale from that gentle exercise. It was more that high effort, big, powerful, explosive kind of movement, almost like HIIT training, if you're familiar with that. So it's a high effort, high intensity training. And that's completely different from what I'd been doing before. So I jumped straight at the chance to do my training. So PD Warrior itself, they're based in Australia. So they were two neurophysios over in Sydney, designed this program. And then I sat on the second training course they'd ever done in the UK. They now have licensed venues across 10 countries across the world. And we hold a license here in Bristol. I think it's one of probably 10 or 12 licenses in the UK now. So they developed in Australia. It's about big movements. There's 10 core exercises, and they're all out there on YouTube. You can find them and search them for PD Warrior exercises, but about big movements and big power. So I love the idea of this. I did my training. Was very fortunate to be supported by Parkinson's UK. They helped sort of fund that training, which meant that we could then deliver the sessions within Bristol to all their branch members. So that's how I kind of got involved with Parkinson's UK. And then it wasn't then until a number of years later, during the lockdowns in 2020, that my mum then had her own diagnosis of Parkinson's. So purely coincidental that I was doing this work already. But she had a diagnosis. And of course, with me as her son, there was no way she's not going to get away doing any exercise. So immediately I got her doing the PD Warrior program, got her training and exercising. In fact, she was the guinea pig that we used for our online program as well. So of course, we weren't able to meet face to face and work with her. But I took her through an online program, taught these exercises, how to do them, just over Zoom. And it worked really well. And she's still now accessing our classes. She lives in Bristol as well, so it's very close to me. She's exercising regularly and doing really well. So I've now got that personal and professional connection to it. And also, my uncle has Parkinson's as well. So I've now got a really a real investor in it now. It's a big passion for me now as well.
Yeah, I can understand that. Some of the folks that are following the channel would have seen a photograph of my auntie as well, who's she's got Parkinson's, and it's that whole personal reason that everybody wants to do something in some manner. I mean, it's great that you could do your exercise and turn it the right way. I did want to ask you, you did say that Parkinson's UK supported you in doing your training. This is one of the things that they do, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. So they provide, I mean, my support's from the local branch. They've got money available there through fundraising they've done to support local exercise programs. And Bristol has got so many things going on. I always say to people, if you're going to get Parkinson's, then Bristol's the best place to get it. Because there's so many activities, not only the exercise programs that myself and my colleague Kev Fry that we run, But there's also sort of board games, there's walking football sessions, there's spin cycling sessions. They've got, I said, sort of bats and balls, or pickleball, table tennis sessions. There's everything going on, lots of stuff here, and they support those by subsidising the cost for participants to take part, or sometimes funding the training. And then Parkinson's UK themselves, they've got physical activity grants which can be applied for. That will then help again support trainers or support venues where they can hold exercise sessions, or support the equipment that might be needed for those participants in the sessions as well. So, and they're really, really positive about exercise, and obviously that's music to my ears as an exercise specialist. So I mean they're great, a great organisation. So I'm a big supporter of them.
Yeah. So people that are watching now, there's a link down at the bottom of the screen just underneath there, Alistair. What I've said is for all of the money that comes into this GoFundMe pot from my UK trip, my big thing is work towards a cure, and I've said 70% of anything that we get together will go towards a cure. But I've also said that a percentage will go to I guess people like yourself, Alistair, who are setting up something that is good for those living with Parkinson's today, right now, because the cure isn't coming today, and people are living with Parkinson's today. So you're watching this, you got any interest at all in seeing people living with Parkinson's live life better, live life to the max, live life to the fullest that's possible, please bob down to that link below. This also will be in the description of this video if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, and add a little bit over. I think if you can see at the bottom of the screen there, what we 2,800, and that's too small for me to read actually, but we're about 2,800, which is phenomenal considering all I did was 2 stops. I got to Lou and Foy and then had to come back. I thank you, and all those wonderful people whose names are there. Thank you for donating. Your money will go to something like what Alistair's doing. Alistair, who can apply for these things? Do you know?
I think you probably find more of the detail on the website, it's Parkinson's UK website itself, but it'll be exercise specialists like myself, neurophysios. My area, so I'm not a physiotherapist, I said I'm an exercise specialist, so I've come from a sort of fitness background. So there's different levels within fitness qualifications. Level 3, so your personal trainers will be sitting around level 3, and then there's your exercise referral instructors or condition specific qualification levels as well, which is a level 4, and that's like the top level. So I have a exercise with neurological conditions qualification. So I think you have to probably sit around that level to then apply for some funding to be able to then deliver a Parkinson's or neuro class. So they'd need to know that you're qualified to be able to do it first. But so that's from the sort of fitness side of things. But then a neurophysio would easily be able to apply for that and get some money in. And that's a great thing. But they really support the startup things as well. So a lot of the time, and I'm lucky that I'm living in a city like Bristol, so there's lots of venues, lots of people to come to the sessions. But obviously there's much more people living in rural places, so they can fund those things, so they can make them sustainable, so people can continue to come and not pay an arm and length to come.
I get it. And the startups, well, if you're interested in starting up a startup, then the details will be on the Parkinson's UK website. But if you're interested in helping somebody start up a startup, then please, the link at the bottom of the screen there, gofund.me/hall.moon.turn. Alistair, before we go, is there anything else that you need to say that I've forgotten to ask you about?
I don't think so. I'm sure there's people living with Parkinson's who are watching this as well, and there is support out there. So again, don't feel like you're not near any local class. I mean, there's online stuff. Obviously, do search me out on all the social channels. You can find me as Alistair, exercise specialist, and I can work online with people as well. So there's always something available to you. And also, I thank you to you as well, Richard, for what you're doing and the challenge you're taking on and raising this money, because it's great. We, Parkinson's UK and those living with Parkinson's, like my mum and your friend, and need people like you to go and do these kind of challenges and things, and that helps bring more money in. There will be a cure one day. They're getting closer and closer. Being involved in Parkinson's UK as a committee member, I'm no longer, because I have a young family now, and unfortunately I couldn't commit to doing it. But seeing some of the things, the research that goes on, it's amazing how close and the sort of the detail that goes into it. But that needs money and it needs time to be able to find a cure. And one day there will be. But as you said, at the moment, there's people living with Parkinson's who can do as well with exercise and medications that are currently there. So yeah, the more support and financial support is better, really.
Well said, well said. Please do go to the link as we say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed this last 15 minutes. I've learned something from Alistair, and well, who knows what the future's going to hold for me and my sailing. If I can get this mess here into something that's actually going to get me somewhere, I'm going to pump out another 40 litres of diesel from my tank again. And continue watching the YouTube channel to find out exactly where I'm up to. Oh, and you can follow me. Have a look for my MMSI number, and that little map that's about there will tell you anytime exactly where I am. And if you're nice, I might even give you a cup of tea. Alistair, thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.